Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 5 essential tech trends to increase your leads. My name is Rachel. Let me know in the chat that you can hear me and everything is loud and clear on your guys' end. And we're going to wait just about 2 more minutes before we get started. So in the meantime, in the chat, go ahead and share where you are joining us from. And also share what you think, which tech trend you think made the top 5. So share that in the chat. I'll be messaging you guys in the chat as well. I'm really excited about the webinar today. I think it's going to be a really awesome one. And I'm excited to see how your guys' guesses align with what the top 5 are. Awesome. Thank you guys for letting me know that you can hear me. I always question because I don't have headphones on. I can't hear it from my end. So I just start talking and I hope for the best. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Aaron, Sandy, Scott, Sean, Thomas. We've got a couple people from Colorado area, Massachusetts, Texas. I am based in Los Angeles, so I am representing California today. Also, too, as we're going through the presentation, be sure to utilize the chat as a networking opportunity if you're looking for someone in a specific market. Make sure you utilize this chat as an opportunity to network with other real estate professionals that are here today. All right, just want to wait. Actually, let's go ahead and get started. I was going to say, let's wait about 30 more seconds, but I think it's time to go. Who is ready to start and talk about the 5 essential tech trends to increase your leads? I sure am. I'm excited. I am geeking out about it. Let's get techie. Okay, so hello and thank you for joining us. My name is Rachel Gombosch. I'm the Community and Content Marketing Manager here at Virtuance, and I'm going to be your host for today's webinar. And I am joined by our VP of Marketing, Michael Yates, who is going to be handling the chat for me while I go through this presentation, making sure that if you guys have questions throughout the webinar, that everything is getting answered on time and on track. And that way we don't have to wait till the very end. Okay, so who are we? We are Virtuance. We are a real estate photography and visual marketing company. And our goal is to help you guys win listings. So we're devoted to offering the world's premier real estate visual marketing solution for you all of you real estate professionals out there. And we do that by providing you consistently stunning images and marketing resources that help you to improve your brand and thus enable you to win more listings. And so we're really excited to be bringing you this webinar today. So I want to go over briefly what the session will look like. So we've got 4 key sections to today. The first one is going to be really just kind of discussing why we should incorporate and integrate technology and all of the emerging trends into our businesses, specifically as real estate professionals, why it's so important to hop on board and adopt these real estate technology trends. Then we're going to go into the 5 emerging trends themselves and cover everything from what they are, why you should use them, and how you can actionably use them in your business endeavors. And then finally, we will finish off with just a quick summary and conclusion, an opportunity for you guys to answer some questions. I have some final announcements to make, and then we will close out the session. So I'm really excited to get started today. And with that, let's go ahead and get going. Oh, and real quick before I start, now that this just popped into my head, if I go too fast, do not worry. We will have a replay for you guys that will be sent via email after the webinar is recorded. So if you find I'm talking too fast or you need to go back and re-listen to something, don't worry. We will be sending you a replay. So just keep that in mind. Alrighty, so why should you adopt emerging technology trends? Why should you become familiar with today's technology in real estate? So ultimately, there's a lot of different reasons, but it's going to come down to 3 key topics. The first one being what I am defining as adapt or be left behind. I'm sure you guys have heard of that phrase, adapt or die. little too morbid for me. So we're going to say adapt or be left behind. But new technology is continuing to appear, especially in the real estate space, at an accelerating pace. And it's reshaping how the real estate industry is conducting business and who is conducting it. So that being said, no industry out there, including real estate, can escape the major influences that technology is going to have in their space. So for real estate professionals who refuse to look forward or try to ignore this evolving landscape, ultimately, they risk not standing out from those who are leveraging the latest technology trends. Second, it's where the investments are taking place. It's where money is being poured into. So significant investments are currently being poured into the real estate sector surrounding technology and its emerging trends. And these investments are targeting everything. So they're targeting real estate transactions, they're targeting home services, they're targeting other ancillary businesses, administrative operations, and more. So bringing in the latest technology trends to conduct business is ultimately intended to help real estate professionals streamline and elevate their brands and operations. There's a reason investors are pouring money into the latest technology, and there's a reason brokers are starting to bring in technology into their spaces. It's because it will help you succeed. Which brings me to my last point. It can help you exponentially grow. So you alone cannot do everything. When you leverage technology to help you in areas that aren't necessarily considered a priority for your time, it's going to open up new opportunities for you to grow and to expand your business. So leveraging new technology in many ways can help you, like reducing time on, redundant administrative tasks that none of us like to do, right? And then it can also help you from staying on top of client communications, can help you nurture your leads who are in your database, and it can even help you to mitigate potential hurdles that you run into during the transaction process. Ultimately, the possibilities are endless for how technology can help and assist you. So how do you know where you should start? I'm sure is a big question for everyone here today, which is why we've put together this webinar and this presentation. So I know it can feel overwhelming to narrow down what trends to really hop on the bandwagon with. But luckily, we've pulled together the 5 emerging technology trends that are really becoming essential and critical for you to use in your real estate endeavors. So as I mentioned previously, for each of these trends, we're going to cover what it is, we're going to cover why you should use it, and then we're going to cover how and the actionable steps you can take to be able to leverage these technology trends. And with that, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm excited to see how these align with what maybe you guys were thinking the top 5 trends were. So the first one, artificial intelligence. So what is it? In short, artificial intelligence, which is also known as AI, is building intelligent machines to perform tasks that typically would be performed by humans. So some examples of this would be like thinking of self-driving cars, or if you think of the intelligent assistants such as Siri and Alexa. These are all machines that are now helping to handle jobs and tasks that would typically be performed by us. Got a little tongue-tied there. But these machines come in a wide range of capabilities. They can be really simple, the most simplest of tasks, to the most complex. So in straightforward terms as well, if you ask Siri a question, she spits an answer back out at you because she's collected an abundant amount of information to be able to do so. So why should you use it? Why should you use artificial intelligence and the technology that comes with it? Ultimately, AI can collect, analyze, and learn from gathering mass amounts of data. So as a real estate professional, artificial intelligence technology can really help you become more efficient or effective in your efforts and operations, allowing you to be more strategic in business strategies and approaches down the line because you're collecting all of this data using AI technology. So it can help you identify a more targeted audience. It can help you identify where you should target to attract leads. Additionally, it can also assist in things like property valuations. So when we talk about appraisals or market values of homes, It's going to pull information from the surrounding farm area that you serve to provide you with that information on the appraisal and market value data. Additionally, AI technology can really help you to create an enhanced user experience for your leads and for your existing customer base. And ultimately, it does this by improving your home search process and streamlining the transaction process. So this is one thing I want to point out, is that an enhanced user experience is going to be a very common trend among all of these technology trends we're going to cover today. So for artificial intelligence, how specifically can you use it, and how can you bring it into your business day to day? So the first thing I want to talk about is chatbots. So ultimately, you can utilize chatbots on messaging platforms, social media platforms, on your website to bring leads and nurture leads into your database. So I'm sure you've seen this before, where you've hopped on someone's website and all of a sudden you get a ping and it's a little person talking to you in the corner. Those are chatbots, right? So they're to help nurture conversations, which is an awesome asset for you to have, because it allows leads and customers to get, standard responses that they would ask you on the phone or in person 24/7, which is great, because if we all know anything, it's that we live in a culture where if I ask you a question today, it's because I needed the answer yesterday. So chatbots definitely help with that. So they're consistently refining their responses based on user engagement. So the more the chatbot is used, the more it adapts and understands a user's intent to be able to answer the questions. On that note, I do want to bring up that we do have free templates. So if you click the little green button in the middle of your screen, you can check those out. We've got 50 free text message templates for you guys to use. There is such thing as text automation. And then additionally, we've got 10 cold email script templates for you to use that you can use in your AI automation efforts. Second thing I want to cover and how to use artificial intelligence is virtual assistants. So a virtual assistant, excuse me, what a tongue twister, uses AI to learn how professionals essentially operate. So they're going to become really helpful for you in those administrative endeavors. So they'll anticipate tasks like scheduling showings, keeping a transaction on track, and pinging customers when attention may be needed on a document, or maybe they need signature on something, or maybe they need to review something, so they can ping the customers for that. A great example of this, if you work for Keller Williams, you guys actually have a virtual assistant in your KW Connect system called Kelly. I believe I'm pronouncing that correct. It's spelled a little bit different. It's K-E-L-L-E, Kelly, which is your guys' virtual assistant in your system. So on that note, if you're part of a larger brokerage, check and see if they offer virtual assistant systems similar to Kelly before you go off and search for your own tool. A lot of times these larger brokerages will already incorporate that into their structure. And then the final one is to leverage CRM software. So leveraging the full capabilities of a CRM software is ultimately going to help you increase your efficiency and access valuable insights that you can then use to conduct your business. So I'm sure everyone here is really familiar with using CRM softwares, but they're going to help you with your operations, your analytics, and your collaborative tasks and efforts. Again, if you're part of a larger brokerage, good chunk of the time, this is already incorporated into your infrastructure and your system. So make sure before you go off and try to get a CRM system as your own tool that you check with your brokerage to see if it's included. Okay, our second one, augmented reality. Okay, so augmented reality should not be confused with virtual reality. Hint, hint, that might be another essential trend. But augmented reality is essentially where digital images are layered on top of real world images, thus creating this combined world of natural and virtual or digital. So for example, if anyone's ever watched like a golf tournament and you see when they like hit the ball, they've got a line going down the screen showing the trajectory of where the ball is going. That's known as augmented reality because they're overlaying the line on top of the live footage. So why should you use it? So ultimately, it's going to help you generate more exposure and attention. In this example that I've got on the screen, we've got our blue sky guarantee that we provide through our image packages as an accessory that you can add on when you purchase the package. And ultimately, what we're saying is, hey, your images are going to perform better if it's crisp and clear blue skies and a beautiful twilight sky. So buyers will naturally be more attracted to listing images that are bright and airy and clear and crisp. And we would know because we've done an eye tracking study that really helped us develop our HD Reel software for image processing. Additionally, your sellers are really going to be in awe of how you can capture their properties and market their home in an attractive way to generate more interest. And then the next reason why, which I kind of lump these together as why you should use augmented reality, is really that it's going to create, again, an enhanced user experience, and it's going to save you time and money. So augmented reality creates opportunities for you to help potential homeowners visualize a space or property better, and maybe, even before they even view the home in person. So I know you want as many people to attend your open house and showings as possible, but this is a good buffer to make sure that when you show leads a home in person, that they're qualified because you've allowed and provided enough information and visualization up front so that they can make a more informed decision on if they actually think this home is for them. So how can you use augmented reality? So augmented reality can come in many, many forms. But as a real estate professional, common augmented reality trends that you're going to want to utilize for your business are image enhancements and also virtual staging. So for image enhancements, think of what I just mentioned previously as Virtuance's blue sky, or we even do twilight guarantees, right? Where we can basically guarantee that at least half the sky is going to be clear and blue on all exterior shots, regardless of the weather that day. So again, going back to this reference in this image, the image was actually taken for the before picture, right? It was cloudy, it was muggy, but then using augmented reality and overlaying a digital on top of the reality of the image, we can create a beautiful blue sky that's guaranteed to attract more attention and grab more attention from potential buyers. And then with virtual staging, so really the big asset here is that sometimes when a space is empty, it's hard for people to conceptualize the actual size and scale of it. So a room may look really, really large, but when you add furniture or when you go see it in person, it's actually a lot smaller than it originally appeared. So virtual staging ultimately allows you to fill the space and helps clients to conceptualize the space without needing to physically see it, and also without it being physically staged. So we just covered augmented reality. Now we're going to cover virtual reality. They are two different things. So again, virtual reality, which is not to be confused with what we just covered as augmented reality, which again, remember, augmented is when an digital is overlaid on top of the real life, creating that combined environment, right? So virtual reality is actually a simulation, right? So it's a fully artificial environment where technology is largely relying on other displays and immersive tools to create that immersive experience. So why should you use virtual reality? So again, it's going to help you generate more exposure and attention. It's going to help you to create an enhanced user experience, save time and money, and provide additional accessibility, which I want to go deeper into. But one thing I really want to point out is that 95% of buyers are likelier to call about homes with 3D virtual tours. Let that sink in for a second. 95% are likelier or more likely to call about homes that have a 3D virtual tour attached to the listing. What this is about is it's about painting the picture up front for them and showing all the intricate details to help buyers make more informed decisions before they take the time to view a home in person. Additionally, another great opportunity that virtual reality provides is that it can actually help you sell homes that maybe aren't built yet. So if you're in the new construction industry, virtual reality is actually an opportunity for you to sell a home when physically the home isn't there. And then how can you use it? How can you use virtual reality? So in short, you want to add virtual tours to your listings. So creating the fully immersive experiences where you're providing an opportunity for the buyer to build an emotional connection with the property or the home before they even view it in person. Again, you're providing a lot of the information, a lot of the visualization up front. So using tools like Matterport 3D Homes or Matterport 3D Tours or Zillow 3D Homes, 360 panorama imagery, interactive floor plans, opportunities that create that immersive experience for the buyer is going to grab more attention. It's going to earn you more interest, and you're going to have more qualified leads when you're getting contacted about the property. Number 4, drone technology. So what are drones? Drones are flying robots, but if we want to be more technical about what they are technically considered crewless or unmanned flying aircrafts that can fly autonomously or by remote control, AKA flying robots. Most drones you'll see in real estate are going to be the remote controlled ones. So why should you take the time to really use drone technology? Again, you'll notice using drone technology is going to help you generate more exposure and more attention from potential leads. But additionally, using drone technology is going to help you stand out from other professionals in your area. So 96% of home buyers are making their purchasing decisions online. So we just covered that 95% are more likely to contact you about a home if you've included a 3D tour. But now you also know that 96% of home buyers are making their decisions online. Just about everyone is making that decision when they're online looking at a listing. So it's going to be best and serve you best to find creative ways to make your listing immediately grab their attention while sifting through all of the properties that they may be searching at or looking at. Whether that's 10, whether that's 100, you want to be able to stand out. And dramatic aerial and drone technology is going to help you do just that. Using drone technology is going to really help give your leads and these potential clients additional perspectives when they seek to fall in love with the property. So how can you use drone technology? So there's 2 main ways to leverage drones, aerial photography and aerial videography. So if your property has immaculate views, capture it using drone, right? Capture those images using a drone image photography. Showcase the view using videography. Maybe the property is extremely large and it has additional accessory buildings on it. Show that configuration by using and leveraging the power of drones. Maybe the property is close to shops and entertainment and other amenities. Maybe it's walkable and you want to showcase that. You can promote that using aerial. You can showcase that perspective and how close it is by using drone technology and aerial imagery. Maybe, which this one I like, it's kind of funny, but maybe it's got a wonky looking roof, which I think we've all probably seen a home or two that has architecturally very oddly configured. Let's address that and show it off with drone technology and aerial imagery. Again, it's about providing a different perspective that may not be available to a client, a lead at eye level. One thing I do want to point out, though, with drone technology is that you make sure you're using drone pilots that are compliant with all FAA rules and regulations, right? So the Aviation Administration or Association. And, you know, that they also carry the appropriate insurance, right? So if something goes wrong, which, knock on wood, I'm knocking on my little wood desk, nothing does, right? You want to make sure that you're covered. And the way to do that is to make sure that whoever your drone pilot is has the appropriate compliance and insurance coverage. So just a note. And then finally, can anyone maybe guess what the last tech trend is. This one's kind of a doozy. It is computer vision and predictive analytics. What the heck does that mean? So essentially, this is technology which is going to help computers understand patterns and behaviors in order to solve problems and perform specific actions like forecasting behavior. So predictive analytics, think of this as a series of analytical techniques or systems that are put in place to solve problems and predict behavior, such as when someone is likely to sell their home. So specific examples of this in predictive analytic behavior is data mining, is machine learning, and it's also modeling different scenarios and outcomes. So the intention here is to help you forecast. And then you pair that with computer vision, which is helping computers to understand what is appearing in images and videos and online so that the computer can take specific actions. So predictive analytics is the forecasting, computer vision is the execution. And you can think of computer vision as like facial recognition. So for instance, you provide the data up front in the sense of, I am providing you what my face looks like so that when I go to unlock my phone in the future, you already know it unlocks it for me. That's the specific action you're telling it to perform. So why should you use these systems together? Why do you need to use computer vision and predictive analytics? Again, you'll notice, just like I said, it's going to create this enhanced user experience proven throughout all of these different technology trends. You want to make sure that you're providing extremely rich and high quality images for your listings. People are very visual, especially in the home buying and home selling process. So the more images that you provide, the better search experience you can offer for your prospects. Additionally, by then not only having high quality images, but pairing it with extremely awesome descriptive data, they're going to be able to search through property listings that meet the specific requirements more efficiently. You're creating a more streamlined experience for your home buyers, which results in a faster transaction. You're helping to solve user intent, or essentially the objectives of the user when they begin their home search. It's also going to help you to improve your search engine results. So this pairs with something that's known as metadata. So it's a set of data that describes and gives information. You want to pair your metadata, for instance, with your images. What you're doing is you're going to help the computer to see. Obviously, a computer does not have eyeballs, so it cannot physically see the image. So what you're going to do is you're going to describe it to them. So by providing metadata on your images and on your property sites, it's going to provide an opportunity for your listings to be picked up by more search engines. So when someone types in, I'm looking for this square footage of a pool, it picks that up from the information and descriptions you've provided. And then additionally, it's going to provide you a better return on investment, which is what everyone wants to hear. So predictive analytics is going to help in lead generation and targeted advertising, while also saving you time and money. So these analytics are going to be using real-time data to give your targeted homeowners, or to help you target homeowners who are most likely to sell in your farm area during a given period of time. So it can pull information based on anything average that's happening, based on the market, to provide you with people to target, which is awesome. On average, the homeowner turnover rate is 5%. So you know only 5% of people in your given farm area are likely to sell their home in a given period of time. Predictive analytics, by pulling all of this different data, is going to help you find that 5% and tap into then computer vision methods to target them, saving you from targeting the wrong people, right? We want to target the 5% that are likely to sell, not the 95% that aren't likely to sell. So how can you use it? How can you use computer vision and predictive analytics? So it's all about harnessing data. So the more data you provide, providing ample amounts of high quality information when your listing goes live is going to help you in the long run. So leverage data from your CRM software. This can help you manage leads and campaigns based on all of the information collected in the CRM's database. This is going to be an example of this is going to be like contact ranking if your CRM provides that, where essentially it's pulling all of this different information and putting at the front of your contact list the leads that are hottest, that are most likely to respond to your inquiries, right? Contact ranking can be pulled from CRM software. So make sure that you leverage that. So again, you're targeting the right people. Provide descriptive data that addresses client goals. So what questions are your clients asking when they're searching for a property? What pain points are they wanting to solve? What specific details are they looking for in their homes? So these are topics and questions you want to consider and ask yourself when you are writing these descriptions, when you're writing these meta descriptions for your images, when you're capturing the images themselves, right? Make sure that you're capturing every aspect, the whole story of the home. And then additionally, this one's kind of cool. Consider voice-based research. So how often do you grab your phone and you're like, hey, Siri, find A, B, C, and D, right? This is an awesome way to think about how you're writing your descriptions. Remember that computer vision is about helping a machine see a specific visual. So if you're asking Siri to look up a specific home, a pool with this large of square footage, how else would you describe it? And then use that information to include in your descriptions, in your data, so that when someone searches, it pulls that up easier. Okay, we've gone through 5 essential technology trends that everyone I know is going to implement immediately after they log off this webinar. I know you guys are going to gung-ho this and go get it. But what about the future, right? So with new technology continuing to appear at an accelerating pace, and it's also reshaping how you conduct business, how can you ensure that you are keeping up without all of the overwhelm that it can bring? Ultimately, this is going to come down to preparation. So even though you don't need to be an expert in every new piece of technology that enters the space, you do need to understand how you can leverage technology to work for you and your business. Remember that the landscape, it's constantly changing, right? And you need to be able to adapt with it, right? Adapt or be left behind. We talked about that in the beginning. For some, right, that can be really threatening. Technology in general can feel really threatening at first glance, because ultimately when we think about it, we consider it as something and we associate it as a threat because it's upsetting our everyday life. It's upsetting our status quo. It's upsetting how it's disrupting how we operate our businesses on a day in and day out basis. But instead of thinking of technology as a threat to your business, I want you to think of it as a critical asset to your business to help you get the job done, right? And be efficient and successful in doing so. At the end of the day, it's going to elevate you. Just keep in mind that it's never going to replace the relationships and human connections that you work hard to develop and maintain. Technology is meant to enhance. It's meant to enhance everything that you're putting out there. So let it help you. Let it help you be more efficient. Let it enhance and elevate you and your business. So I want to go over real quick just how Virtuance can help. I know we covered a bunch of different options today on what you can implement to start really leveraging technology. And we can help you do a lot of that. So we covered aerial photography and drones and aerial videography, and we covered incorporating virtual tours into your listings, incorporating panoramic images, or bringing in all of those different enhancements for your images so that when people look at your property listing, they are immediately wowed. Luckily, we can provide a lot of that to you. So at Virtuance, we've got a ton of marketing enhancements mixed with our image processing technology, HD Reel. So you can lean on us to bring to you Zillow 3D Home and Matterport 3D tours, the 360 HD Reel panoramas, aerial photography and videography, again, our blue sky guarantee and other marketing enhancements, and so much more. And additionally, as well, with any of those packages, you're going to get what we call the VMS for sure, but it's the Virtuance Marketing Suite. It's included with every listing. Some elements that really tie into, this presentation in particular is going to be that it's going to have those more immersive opportunities and experiences. It's going to support interactive content that you create. It's going to have interactive listing websites. It's got lead generation opportunity, SEO opportunities. It's got a chance to view statistics through a dashboard that we've created, showing you every nitty-gritty detail all the way down to how long people are looking at your images. So be sure to rely on us if you're still struggling to really leverage technology into your space. So real quick, I want to open up to any questions that anyone may have. Feel free. I'm going to scroll through the chat real quick and make sure and see if there was anything. But if you've got a question that pops into your head, feel free to enter it into the chat. I'll wait probably a minute or two. And if not, then we will go into our announcements. I've got something exciting to share with you all. Oh, well, I didn't mean to do that, but definitely let me go back to questions and then we'll go back to the announcement. But definitely just ruined that because my finger slipped. Speaking of drones, what are the laws for not having other people's property in the drone picture when posting on the MLS? Example, I have a very private backlot with horses and stalls. Oh, beautiful. Without your permission. Melanie, that's actually a really fantastic question. And that's a detail because I'm not myself a licensed drone photographer. But I would be happy to grab that answer for you. And what I'll do is I will share it in the email with the follow-up in replay. That's a fantastic question. I'm not actually certain of that one, but I want to make sure we get that for you because I think that's going to be really valuable to everyone here. So I already ruined the surprise because my finger slipped. But we have a new episode, if you haven't heard yet, of Curb Appeal out. We've just launched a podcast that you can find on Apple, Spotify, really wherever you find your podcasts. So that episode was released yesterday. It's fantastic. How to find your niche, grow a business, and live your purpose with Tony Farah. He has a fantastic, unique selling proposition and really goes through how he has honed in on that user experience. So make sure you listen to that episode. Like I said, you can find that on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you find your podcasts. And thank you guys so much for joining me. I will make sure that, Melanie, I get your question answered in that follow-up email about, the permission using drones and how that incorporates with adjacent properties. I want to make sure that helps you out. And I will see you all later. Thank you all so much for joining and have a fantastic rest of the week.